Hello guys, today I will explain the chapter 2 of Reality Quest. Now without wasting any more time, let's begin. Arian asks Do-Han if he has a head injury. You wait a second, I'll call the school nurse. But Do-Han doesn't pay attention to any of these things, because there are different things going on in his mind. He thinks, what's happening to me? First, suddenly I died. After that, I came back in time. And suddenly a system window popped up in front of me, which is giving me the same skills that I used to use in games. When I was a kid, I was a game-addicted kid. I always used to read game fantasy novels, where a main hero suddenly gets a lot of skills, which he could use like games, and with the help of that, he breaks all the bullies. So does it really mean that I have also become strong now? Means now I am a beast, like no one could stop me. Do-Han is thinking all this in his mind, but suddenly another system window pops up in front of him, on which it is written that substitute gamer specific effects have been applied. Do-Han Ha's all stats are locked. Now he will not be able to use any skill, and neither will he be able to use anything else. And a while ago, Do-Han's level 100 show that also suddenly falls and comes to level 1. Do-Han was shocked by all these things. He was saying in his mind, you crazy bastard. After all, what is going on with me? If you wanted to make me so weak from the start, then why did you make me powerful? What kind of joke is going on with me? But then another window pops up in front of him, on which it is written that he has now defeated the monster Chiobu, as a reward for which he is given a golden key. And in a few seconds, a golden key also comes in front of Do-Han, of which Do-Han does not know anything, what to do with it. After which we see the scene after a while, where Do-Han is going to the corridor after getting his wound treated, where some boys are talking about it. How did he beat Chiobu? But none of them believe that a weak boy like Do-Han can also beat a bully, and all those people think that all these were just rumors. But all these things could not have any impact on Do-Han, because Do-Han is constantly thinking in his mind that how did he open the door of his fate with the key. He is constantly looking at the key, and he is thinking in his mind, it doesn't matter how many times I look at it, I have no idea where and how to use it. And while thinking all this, Do-Han keeps that key in his pocket, and he starts walking straight towards the washroom. But before he could go inside the washroom, then another window pops up in front of him, on which it is written that he is going to get a dangerous invitation this evening, and he will have to accept it, because this is today's quest. But before Do-Han could finish all this, another guy comes in front of him, and he bumps into Do-Han, because of which Do-Han and that guy both fall to the ground. That guy stands up and apologizes to Do-Han, and says that did you get hurt somewhere? But Do-Han was shocked to see that guy's face, because that guy seemed to be beaten a lot. His nose was constantly bleeding. Do-Han goes to get some tissue paper to help him, but that guy refuses him and runs away from there. Do-Han had no idea what just happened to him, but whatever it is, now Do-Han starts going inside the washroom. And as soon as he opens the door of the washroom, there is another guy standing there, whose name is Jamin. He is also an 18-year-old schoolboy, who says as soon as Do-Han comes, Do-Han, I was waiting for you here. And people need Do-Han only when they have to play their game. And because of this, Do-Han says that have you also started gaming? But Jamin says no brother, I have no interest in games. In fact, what I am interested in is you Do-Han. Because even if no one cares, even if no one believes that you have defeated Shalvu, but I was standing there, where I saw everything, that how you broke the face of that rascal Shalvu. I really didn't know Do-Han, that you are so strong. But brother Do-Han was getting a different feeling. He was scared. He thought that he has come to take revenge of Shalvu, because he thought that this guy is Shalvu's friend. But nothing like that happens. Jamin approaches Do-Han in the very next scene, that tonight he should go to the drinking party with him, where other high school girls will also come. But all this was coming out of Do-Han's head, because till date boys only beat him, threatened him and made him play games, not that someone invited him to come with them. That's why Do-Han asks Jamin to confirm once, are you talking to me? Jamin says of course, and who else will I talk to? Here there is no one other than the two of us. Do-Han was already very confused in his mind, because he was getting an offer from that guy in front of him, who was constantly a friend of his bully. And then he remembers that System Bindo also said something like this today, that he is going to get a dangerous invitation tonight, and he will have to accept it, because it was the same quest, but the dangerous word in that dangerous invitation. Because of that Do-Han's head was blown. He just wanted to refuse Jamin, and he wanted to run away to Battle's house, so that he can escape from all these things, and he didn't have to get involved in the police. And this is what happens. Do-Han says while refusing Jamin, that today I have to go to my grandpa's grave, because today is his memorial. Although he has rejected the quest, but he is not going to leave the quest window like this. Jamin has left from there, but now he was going to get a penalty, and then Do-Han opens his pants to pee. But then another window pops up in front of him, on which it is written, "Quest rejected, penalty will be given." And before this Do-Han could think anything else, in his private part, suddenly a lot of pain begins. He feels exactly like this, that a lot of African buffaloes, one by one, are hitting Do-Han's private part. And seeing all this, Do-Han's condition is getting worse. And then we see two boys, who come talking in the washroom. But then they hear, what is happening here? They see Do-Han, who is lying on the ground and screaming, because of the penalty. This poor guy's condition is getting worse, because on his private part, a lot of buffaloes were being attacked, and Do-Han's condition was getting worse. Do-Han was lying on the ground and peeing. And the most amazing thing was, that this penalty was going to last for 60 minutes. Do-Han was not able to handle this thing for 60 seconds. 60 minutes is a very long time. And now Do-Han had no other option. He accepts the quest. After which we see the evening scene, where Do-Han has come to meet Jamin. Although this whole time, Do-Han is scared, but he somehow says hi to Jamin. But after the penalty, Do-Han's condition is getting worse. He sees Jamin very scared in front of him, and to lighten Do-Han's mood, he calls his grandpa. Yes, the same grandpa, to whom he had to go to the grave today, means this guy called a dead person. In the next scene, those girls also reach there, which Jamin has invited here. And in the next scene, we see that Do-Han and those girls have come to the same club, in which they had to party tonight. Seeing those beautiful girls, Do-Han's mind is full of sweets. And he is saying in his mind, I didn't come here because I liked these girls, but I came here because if I had rejected them, it would have been very rude. But Do-Han is not able to understand one thing. There is so much food and alcohol on the table. Who will pay the bill? Because they are all high schoolers. But then Jamin tells Do-Han, his friend's brother works here, so he shouldn't worry about money, and enjoy a lot. Jamin asks Do-Han, how much alcohol can he drink? Do-Han must have never drunk anything before. And Do-Han says the same thing, I have never drunk alcohol before, so I don't have any experience. Although he is constantly thinking in his mind that this Jamin boy is not as bad as I thought, because he is paying my bill. But then Jamin starts showing his real face. He says that my wallet will come here, so don't worry about the bill. Order whatever you want. Today's treat is from my wallet. Although Do-Han was confused in his mind, who is the one who is saying his wallet again and again? Do-Han looks back, and he looks at Zihan, and he is the same guy. He makes fun of Zihan, and tells Mom that I shouldn't have worn white pant today. It feels like you have sorted yourself out. Zihan doesn't say anything here. What can he say? And when he says something he gets scolded. He shows his record and accepts it himself. Do-Han is watching all this, and he remembers how people treated him same way in his past life. And it annoys him. And the beautiful girl sitting in front of him, she doesn't look simple at all. She says, what is this loser going through? But to lighten this mood, Jamin decides to sing a song, and he was not just the singer, he was also the one who made him dance. And when a girl sitting in front of him forbids him to do this, then he says, no, Zihan likes to dance a lot. Why did I say the right thing, Zihan? And poor Zihan could have done it here, because if he had refused, Jamin would have beaten him to death. And of course, Do-Han doesn't like all this at all, so he decides to leave. He says to Jamin that I am going to the bathroom, but he is thinking in his mind that how can I run away from here on the pretext of the bathroom, because Do-Han understood this well, that Jamin is so interested in it because he thinks that Do-Han is very strong. But as soon as he finds out the reality, he will also beat Do-Han and make him a dog. And he decides in his mind that I will open the back door of the bathroom and somehow get out of this hotel. But Do-Han doesn't do anything like that because he constantly remembers Zihan, and at least he was looking at himself instead of Zihan. And since Do-Han himself has survived all this, so he has a lot of sympathy with Zihan. He goes back to the same room of the same karaoke where people like Jamin are sitting. He opens the gate and looks in front that Zihan's pant has come off. Do-Han says to Jamin that where is this person's pant? Jamin says that this person's pant was dirty, so I have put it to wash, and you don't be too hyper because I have done all this to him. But Do-Han knew that he would not have asked anything, but he would have done what he wanted. Do-Han tries to ask Jamin for Jihan's pant and says that quietly give me that thing. But before that Do-Han was able to finish the whole sentence, the gate opens from behind and he looks at Logan Lee. Logan Lee means in the sense that this person looks a lot like Logan Lee. There are blood stains all over his body, and his tattoos are also giving the vibe of Logan, looking at such a tough guy in front of him. Do-Han's condition is completely bad. He thinks in his mind that it does not seem that this guy has been working in a gang for the past 10 years. After all, from which angle is this high schooler looking, and why are there blood stains on this guy? After all, what kind of work was he doing before coming here? But in the meantime, Jamin asks Do-Han that what were you asking from me? Do-Han, and Do-Han is in a hurry. He was not able to say anything because Do-Han knew very well that if he said anything wrong, he would be standing behind him and killing him. Do-Han suddenly says in a hurry that I want a mic, I want to sing my song a lot, and as soon as Jamin gives the mic to Do-Han, the quest window pops up again in front of him, on which it is written that the chain quest will start now, and this time the quest of Do-Han is written in it, and it is coming that he has to break the head of Jamin with this mic, that too within 30 minutes, and if Do-Han could not do this, then he will get the same penalty that he got last time.